Good morning, everybody, and glad that you are here. Obviously, people are joining. I'm going to be taking attendance here as people are joining, so please give me a little patience here, please. I hope everybody had a nice week off. I'm sure it was nice to not have to worry about school as much, maybe, and on the computer as much as you normally have been. No, it was for me. But I'm ready to get back at it. While I'm taking attendance, we're up to 18. I'm expecting we'll have a few more here. In the chat box, I'd like you to put one thing you did over break that you enjoyed, or one thing that you are thankful for. Okay. If you could do that now, that would be awesome. Okay, I've got 6 responses here. Pretty good. Eclectic mix of things people did. I got to go fishing with my son and father-in-law, and we caught a few bluegill Friday. That was kind of fun. It's nice to be outside November 28th or whatever it was, and not be stuck in the house the whole day. All right, well, we are at 20 people here. Oh, 21. And I'm going to get going just to respect everybody's time. And I just want to go over a couple things here that are pretty basic that I think you'll benefit from overall. So, what I'm sharing with you right here is this is my front of my homepage again on Canvas. And I just wanted to alert your attention to the fact that I have the whole schedule here for all the classes up. So if you can see that on my screen, we've never had this schedule before. It's like the 5th different schedule we've had this year. It's kind of crazy, but for the next 2 weeks and maybe a day or two after that, depending on what they decide for final exams, we're going to be on this schedule right here. So 45-minute classes, it appears to be. There will be a homeroom on every Monday. And then the split lunch periods are now just 45-minute blocks. You can see that. And there is 45 minutes off for lunch as well. Okay. So an attempt to eliminate Zoom fatigue. This was what they came up with. Couple of notes that I wanted to alert your attention to. My office hours, 10:30 to 11 daily. But if you want to do a Zoom, if you have questions, just send me a message on Canvas. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Okay, and then if we need to do a Zoom, we can talk about that. At the current moment, Skyward is down, at least in the building. I'm still at school here. There's a couple of teachers in my department here. Most teachers are probably working from home, I'm guessing. But I don't know if it's working for them or not. So just heads up if you're turning in late work and whatnot. I have no access to that today. So Rapid Identity could be down too. So could be a long day for technology here. We'll just see what happens. All right, so just a reminder then, if you missed class, recorded sessions are under the announcements tab up here to the left under syllabus. You can turn in any late work still, but it has to be turned in via Canvas Messenger, including any quizzes that you missed and are making up, okay? The other thing that I want you to take note of is that we have the Reformation and the Renaissance left to cover, and so I will not have quizzes on those, but I will instead of having quizzes on those will be on your final exam. The questions will be. So just keep that in mind. So you'll want to keep your notes and everything organized, and that'll should be helpful for you to study for your final exam. Okay. And then most of you know this, and this is where we're going to start today. Go to modules, and you know that I do everything by week. So just serving as a reminder here. This is week 17, and the intro where you're going to get the vocab words is under the textbook reading. But we're going to go over a few like real simple notes here first. So what I need you to do is upload this document to your computer, please, so that you can actually write on it, okay? Go ahead and do that now, please. And I'm going to give you about 45 seconds here to go to modules, go down to week 17 and click on the intro, and then we're going to go over that. I'm actually going to stop the share here, and I'm going to share this with you. So there we go. All right, so the first, I'm gonna give you, I'll give you 20 more seconds here to get this pulled up. You want to have this on your screen. If you're having trouble getting it, it probably is going straight to your Google Drive. So on the bottom of your Chromebook, click on your Google Drive. It should be there. All right, so we're going to just attempt to use some different tools here, just get you back reacquainted with the virtual learning. This is a map of Europe, and without even having any maybe help from a textbook or anything like that, or even using Google, let's go ahead and try to go through 1 through 7. We're not going to label them. I mean, unless you have your fancy little pen thing where you guys can write on it and save it, which I don't have on my computer. You might. I want to just make sure you're aware of these 7 nation states so that it'll put a little into context what we're going to be talking about. So if you know what 1 is, if you could raise your hand in the participants function, and then I will call on you and you can unmute. So what is 1? Trying to get somebody to raise their hand using the participants page. What is 1? Give somebody a hint. It starts with an F. Ian, what's number 1?
France.
Good. France is correct. All right. What is 2? Ian again.
Spain.
Correct. All right. 3. Let's get somebody else here. 3. Brooklyn.
England.
England or Great Britain. Good. Okay. 4 is a little bit more challenging. What's 4? Ian?
It looks like quite a few countries are in there,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it's Germany and Poland, one of the 2.
It's more countries than that actually right now. You're close. It was called something different all the way up until Napoleon destroyed it, 1804. Three words, three separate words. Charlemagne was the first one of these. Anyone remember? Maritza?
The Holy Roman Empire.
Awesome. Correct. So it is Germany and Poland, as Ian said, but it's also Switzerland, part of Italy, Austria today, Czechoslovakia, Czech Republic. So that 4 is Holy Roman Empire. Good. All right, 5. Francesca.
Is that Italy?
It is Italy, and these are the Italian city-states because Italy was not unified. Good. All right, 6 to the left. Ian.
Portugal.
Portugal. Good. All right, 7. This one's gonna be a little bit trickier.
Turkey.
They became Turkey. Ethan, raise your hand though. But they didn't call themselves Turkey. You may have heard of it in middle school. You may not have. What was Turkey called before it was called Turkey? Let's see if anyone in the class gets this. If not, I'll give this one to you because we haven't really discussed this at all. Okay, this is actually the Balkan Peninsula, and this is Greece down here at the bottom of where 7 is, but that was controlled by what was known as the Ottoman Empire. Okay, they were Islamic, basically an Islamic caliphate, but they were an empire, and we'll talk about them here just in a second. Okay. So let's go ahead and page down. The Renaissance happened in Europe from about blank to blank. Anyone know when the Renaissance might have started in Western Europe? Okay, we're going to start around the year 1300. Okay. So in this blank, you'd want to put 1300 CE to about anyone want to take a guess on this one? To about when was the high Renaissance over? To about 1600 CE. So did this period of time in Europe called the Renaissance happen overnight? No. 300 years is a long time in history. Okay. So Renaissance, the word is a French word meaning what? Some of you probably remember this from middle school. What does Renaissance mean? Okay, go ahead and raise your hand. We're going to try to use these functions as best we can. What does the word Renaissance mean? Wesley.
Rebirth.
Good. So it's the French word meaning rebirth. Okay. So in the Renaissance, then, what is being reborn? Does anybody know? Again, I'm trying to figure out what kind of background knowledge we have here. What is being reborn in the Renaissance? Ian.
Could it mean becoming of a higher class or becoming a better, or becoming a better country or starting new?
So new things are being brought again. Yeah. And we could say even better, I guess, is a good way to start. But what's being reborn again is the ideal of learning. Okay. Thinking. And a lot of that goes back to the Greeks and the Romans, who were in this period, or in this geographical location before, but they did not essentially, they had lost a lot of the Greek and Roman works. And then after the Crusades and after a few other events and after the Mongols opened up the trade routes again, all of a sudden they realized that they were way behind and they needed to bring back learning and better things, like you said. Nice. Okay. That's a good start. We'll pick up on that for sure tomorrow, but let's keep going here. So the Renaissance started in which location? And Wes and Ian, you still have your hands up on here, just so you know. Wesley, do you know where it started? Okay. Where did the Renaissance start, Davion?
Italy.
Started in Italy. Boom. Okay. Or you could say the city-states of Italy, because Italy is just kind of like an imaginary thing until the year 1856. I don't remember the exact year off the top of my head, when Italy finally became a unified country. Okay, but yeah, the Italian city-states. Good. All right. Last two things here then. What brought Europe out of the Middle Ages and into the Renaissance? Well, there are a lot of causes. I mean, for sure, the Mongols and the reopening of the Silk Trade Route, the Crusades were very important because it made the Europeans realize that they were not the best. Other civilizations were way stronger, had much better technology, and had much better just trade networks as well. The Europeans were lacking in economies. Okay, but there are two events that really sparked the end of the Middle Ages and the beginning of this period of rebirth or relearning. The first event was a quick event, 7 years. That's quick in world history. 7 years. Let's hope this type of event doesn't last 7 years in the United States. What am I referring to? That was a good hint. Ian, what am I referring to?
The plague.
Good. The Black Plague or the bubonic plague. Okay. That happened from 1346 to 1353 in Europe, and it wiped out a huge chunk of population, and it caused people to say, whoa, is the Pope really right? Is what the Pope did, what the Pope says actually correct? Kind of question the church, who had been the boss in Europe for hundreds of years at this point. Okay, good. All right, what's the second event then? This happened in the year 1453. I'm guessing, yeah, you might get it. This is usually one of the most important dates in the history of the world. Oftentimes looked at as. Ethan might have been closest to getting it earlier. But there was a particular city that fell that was really important for trading. Ian, I see your hand back up again.
I don't know what the specific name of the event was, but it was the fall of Istanbul, right?
Yeah, good. The fall of, at that time, it was called Constantinople. Okay, fall of Constantinople, which was the leftover remnants of the Greek or of the Roman Empire in the East, and that fell to the Turks, which Ottoman Empire or the Ottoman Turks, which Ethan had referred to. And so that meant that the Europeans, to get those delicious spices and all that cool stuff that they got from China by trading with the Mongols, now they were going to have to pay two or three times the amount of money to get that, because they had to trade with Muslim merchants now and not Christian merchants. Okay. And so those two events typically are thought of as kind of the sparks that will start this rebirth of learning in Western Europe. And then the spark that causes this is going to continue for a long, long time. One could easily argue that we're still in this rebirthing period, or that the Industrial Revolution happened because of the Renaissance, et cetera, et cetera. So, all right, here's the only thing that I'm going to ask you to do this evening, and that is you're going to use the textbook, which is on Canvas. I can show you where that is, but most of you probably remember. This is really easy this week, because I've got an 80 slide thing. I love the Renaissance. I love looking at different art and looking at the meaning of it and how it applies to change. So all you're going to do is go through, and I want you to look at a few particular artists here and a few vocab words. Put the definition in your own words. So like a burger, this is my definition. I'm just doing it off the top of my head, but I just looked it up in the textbook like 5 minutes before I started this. This was the new middle class during the Renaissance. And then You can either find a computer graphic image if you want to put in there, or if I was going to sketch something, I would probably put a person who's wearing a bit of a fancier outfit, because during the Renaissance, the middle class kind of got elevated for the first time in history. And these were typically like people who had a craft. So they made something or they worked in a particular industry. And this new middle class was not a bunch of farmers anymore. And that's kind of this idea that everyone wasn't a serf or a peasant in a small noble class, but you actually had people with opportunity now. Okay, so that'd be number one for you right there. There's not all that many. For the sketches, if you want to put something that they like if you want to put like an image that they are known for. So let's say Da Vinci, I might put the Vitruvian Man, or the Last Supper, or a sketch of a helicopter, or the Mona Lisa, or the Last Supper. I said that, sorry, or the Adoration of the Magi. There's a lot of different things you can put there. Yeah. And this is tomorrow's, the next couple days are going to be really fun in here in terms of just looking at the meaning of art and talking about one of the families in particular that was behind this, the Medicis. So hopefully pique your interest a little bit here. And this stuff's, it's fun, it's cool, it's game changing stuff. It's not trying to like the last week we had. So I try my best to tie in everything to our lives, or at least make it interesting. This is going to be a good one. So I'm going to leave you with, just get this done. You've got 15 minutes. I believe you can probably get most of this done in 15 minutes. I need to actually make it an assignment right now. It just hit my head that I didn't do that. My fault. I was working on this last night and yesterday. Thanks for being on here. Just, continue showing up for class, please. We ended up with 24 people out of 30, so we're getting better. Let's just continue to show up. Next couple of days will be enjoyable. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and stop the share. Just a reminder, this class is going to be over at 8:45. But I'm always gonna try to, well, if I'm not lecturing, I'm gonna try to always give you 10-15 minutes to get your work done. Okay, anybody else have any other questions for me? Anything we need to go over that you might have missed, blanks you might have missed on that? Okay, I'm seeing none. Go ahead and open up the textbook reading, get that done. I'm going to make an assignment for you, change up your Canvas real quick so that you have a place to upload it. Remember, it's not due until Wednesday after period 3, but when you get it done, turn it in, okay? All right, happy Monday, everybody. We've got 2 weeks left of this, then final, so stick it out, do your best, and stay warm. Appears to be chilly outside. You don't have a window, but I think it is. All right, bye, everybody.
Bye,
See you,
thank you.
Mr. B.